It's pizza in quotations.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen, like, you get some vegan foods and it's just like chicken. Yeah. But there's no E on it. It's just chicken, apostrophe N. It's like, oh, cool. So we're not saying it is chicken, but it's chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken.
It's still pronounced like chicken.
Right. Pronounced the same way.
Chicken.
Okay, well, then what do we want to say for the newspaper thief?
I get where this guy's coming from. It doesn't matter if it's free. I think I would be weirded out that my neighbor is just taking something from my property.
Yeah.
Even if it is a free newspaper.
I would feel bad being on someone's property.
So the question I also got to ask is, remember when we were kids, Tom? Well, maybe not kids, but you know, we used to get the newspaper. Actually, pay for the newspaper. It come on like your weekends or whatever
Get
it
the
is.
Herald Sun or something.
And and it's like maybe you went on holiday, or I went on holidays down for the beach, and you knew the newspaper was like. It's like we didn't cancel it.
Yeah,
they still deliver it to your
nothing
house.
It says I'm not home, like a bunch of newspapers that are still sitting wrapped up in that.
Do you feel like that's okay to go like to your neighbor and go, well, we don't have the newspaper today. They're not home.
Yeah.
And it's probably like we don't want everybody to know that nobody's home.
That's looking out for you, though.
Yeah.
That's been a neighborhood watch superstar.
Yeah.
And
That's different.
And you know, the payment is the newspaper. You get to read the newspaper.
That's true. But I mean, we were getting the newspaper anyway. So it's like, it's nothing good for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't benefit from having a newspaper that I've already got.
Yeah.
Unless there are more coupons in it. And I get more savings.
And then if there was coupons, I would have given them.
Yeah,
I would have kept them.
It's like, you know, if I'm doing you a favor so I can keep the coupons. It's like if I was to, I feel like you did this, or some people used to do it with me, to be like, you sell this for me on eBay and you can keep the profits. It's just like, I want to get rid of this thing. And they'd be like, here, take this video game and sell it for me. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll sell it.
Yeah.
You know, I'll make $5 from it.
I've done that.
Yeah,
to
right.
you.
Exactly. I'm the salesman.
Yeah.
Do you think in this situation, making a sign would be valid?
I think so. I think that's acknowledging that I know what you're doing. I know it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because maybe this guy doesn't know that he's like being called out. You know,
Yeah.
maybe that's something to be like, oh my god, my shame is being put on Front Street.
Yeah.
It definitely works. There's a neighbor not too far from me where they have on their nature strip like this really nice plant setup. You guys might have driven past it.
Right.
But they have a sign there that says, like, even though this is on my nature strip, do not take any of my plants.
Because it's not their land, it's technically at the front.
Yes, but they've set it all up, and they've actually, it's escalated, so probably maybe it was still happening. They've put a camera on their nature strip because I guess people were just like, because they're like little pot plants and stuff. So I think people are just like, I'll take that for the house. I'll take a succulent.
Yeah.
That's very succulent.
No, that's fair enough.
Of course, I know my work would say, like little old ladies would come past his house and take plants out of his garden, front garden. And so he had to go out there. He yelled at her and goes, look, I don't want to yell at an old lady. I just want to say to you, I can see you. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about the laws on like if someone's like lemon trees hanging over the fence and people just take the lemons that are hanging over? Like, how would you feel about that?
Look, I've done that before.
Is that a lemon tree across the road there? What is that tree?
No, that's the pomegranate tree that I told that story about. When a guy came past with his backpack and stole like 20 of them.
That's right.
But
like,
yeah,
that sort of stuff is also on the level of like taking someone's possessions just because it's like, oh, technically it's in this area or it's free or whatever.
Yeah.
It's technicalities, but I think a sign's a good idea.
Yeah. Well, I think your neighbor should just ask, like, if he wants something from it, to be like, when you're done with the paper, if he's after the coupons, do you mind if I take some whatever coupons you don't want?
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
People just need to act like normal people.
Just,
you know,
just have a conversation.
Talking fixes so much of this stuff.
Communication is everything, guys.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's it. Yeah.
Let's leave it there for the killer bees.
Yeah.
Damien.
Or actually, I just thought of another idea quickly.
Let's hear it.
I think he should one day open the paper before his neighbor gets there and write a message.
Oh.
And be like, I know what you're doing. Or like, stop stealing my paper.
So we gave him the adult answer. Now we gave him the childish answer.
Yeah.
We're good. All right.
Yeah.
Choose whichever one you like.
But that would definitely send a message.
I like that. A message does send a message.
I know what you did last summer. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly. All right. So I guess it's my turn now.
Your turn.
This is going to come from the Bermuda Triangle.
Ooh.
Because after like seeing one like documentary as a kid about a plane that disappeared apparently over the Bermuda Triangle or a boat.
Yeah.
I was convinced that like I was scared that whenever we went on a flight,
Are we hitting the triangle?
We hit the triangle, Mum.
I'd be like, Mum, Dad, what about the Bermuda Triangle? I don't want to disappear.
Is that just sort of not a thing anymore now?
It was never like I actually watched a conspiracy on the Bermuda Triangle. It's not a thing.
But like, are now people just not concerned about it? It's like Bigfoot's like, it's just
I think it's kind of been like
hocus pocus.
It's been like looked into, and it's like it's not as like
mysterious.
The reputation like that it has of people disappearing, but like mysteriously.
Because it's like airplanes and boats from like the 40s that would disappear, and it's just like
they've all been explained away.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I think a lot of time
because when the MH whatever
it is, the Malaysian flight.
Yeah, when that went down, no one was just like, "This is a new Bermuda Triangle."
And
they're like,
nowhere near it.
Like a plane went missing.
Nah,
and
that's
they're like,
it.
not like it's not a new triangle. It's just that's what happened.
Yeah, I think the investigations are a lot less naive now.
Yeah, right.
Not the investigations, the people.
Someone's like, the triangle has moved. The triangle has moved. It's aliens.
It's now a rhombus,
Like,
guys.
oh my god, there was a triangle all along.
The Bermuda Rhombus.
Did you ever go to SeaWorlding on the Bermuda Triangle ride?
No.
There was a Bermuda Triangle ride.
That's in poor taste.
People died in that triangle. Okay?
You know what? You disappear. That's it, right? You're gone.
Yeah, I never went on it because I like my life.
Yeah.
But it was literally just like you go on one of those boats and you just go. It's like a sort of river cruise thing.
Yeah.
You'd go in, there'd be like
It's
there'd literally be like aliens and like a plane hanging from the
Is
sky.
that for real?
It was for real. It was like 100% for real.
It's like the Love Boat, but for
yeah.
aliens.
And then at the end, it does like one of those woo. It splashes.
I've been on one of those with like the Jurassic Park and
Yeah,
shit.
it's exactly like the Jurassic Park ride at Universal that we went on.
Universal.
But with aliens and airplanes and pilots and shit.
Were there any triangles?
Oh, yeah, triangles everywhere. Yeah. Like,
with the
JC
eye
was
that,
like 3 diamonds. No, they're
Yeah.
diamonds, right?
the 3 diamonds. Yeah.
Doesn't he have diamonds? Is that him?
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
guessing.
that's Jay-Z. Yeah,
All right, well,
that's
yeah.
the Rock Nation, baby.
Yeah, right. Triangle Rock Nation.
Bermuda Triangle writes in, am I an asshole for keeping track of the outfits my friends wear?
Oh.
A habit I've had for almost 3 years now is that every day I write down a description of the outfits my friends are wearing. I do this with my friends because I see them every day at school. At first, it was an experiment to see how often people repeat the outfits that they wear. Then I could know how often it's acceptable for me to repeat an outfit. Then it just became a habit. It's cool to see how their styles have changed over the years, and sometimes I can predict what they'll wear based on past data. My friends have never known I've done this. I had a friend over yesterday and forgot I had left my findings open on my computer.
Findings.
I went to the bathroom while she was left in my room, and that's when she saw it. She told me it was weird, and now she's told our other friends. They don't care that much, but they definitely think it's strange. They don't know that I've been doing this for 3 years. They only know about the document I've had for this month. The friend asked me how I'd feel if she did this to me, but I said I'd like if this happened to me, and I think it's cool, and I'd want to see the data. Bermuda Triangle.
Show me the data.
Show me it. No, see, this is the thing that I always find strange as like a sort of defense. When someone's doing something weird and the defense is, what if people were doing that to you? I mean, they don't give a shit because they're doing it to other people.
If that's your kink, like obviously you'll be like, oh, they'd be so fucking hot.
Yeah.
If you're doing it, if you've been doing it for 3 years and someone's like, how would you feel if someone did it to me? You'd be like, yeah, I'd fucking love it. I love doing it, so why would I not want it done for me?
Tell me what I wore on May 27th.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it hot?
That's my fetish.
Like, that's the thing. Like, he's obviously into that sort of thing. Well, he's into the data.
Yeah.
Right? And
I'm assuming
It
it's a girl.
doesn't seem sexual.
no, it doesn't.
I feel like it's a girl too.
That was unclear.
I don't know if it is a girl, Marcus. I think
girls like fashion, and then
But
I think it's irrelevant to the question
Is it
anyway.
that's what makes it weirder.
But is it weirder? Is it weirder if it's a guy and a girl?
Yes.
and then that is definitely weirder for sure.
yeah.
I feel like that's stalkering
Yeah, yeah.
for sure.
It's I mean, not stalkering. It's like it's almost just like
Creepy.
yeah, exactly. It's like she wore the little blue dress with the sun hat and
I-
blah blah blah.
I
It's
would
like,
like
come
It
on.
depends how like descriptive it was. Like if it was just literally what I'm wearing,
Yeah, right.
like grey
Brown pants.
t-shirt, black jeans.
Yeah.
If there's no additional comments to be like, you know,
Shit,
She was fine.
or,
Yeah,
or
right.
even if it's just like, you know, like
booty was popping.
or even like old grey t-shirt. If
Oh.
they're kind of being descriptive
Yeah.
of what I was wearing,
Excuse me?
I think that would hurt a little bit to be like, oh, I think it's a nice grey t-shirt.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with
The
you.
old grey
Yeah,
t-shirt.
the old
You know
grey.
what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. That's a little bit like, hey, is this for data or is this you starting to attack me?
Yeah.
Another
Ugly shirt.
The ugly shirt.
Another comment that did come up that I saw people responding to this question were like, oh, are you on the spectrum maybe? Is that why
Yeah.
you're like collecting data points?
Yeah.
And they've said, no, I haven't. I'm not on the spectrum. I've never been tested for it. I just like collecting data and doing this. So if people are thinking about that, that is something that was addressed by the person in the question.
I do like stats and data, and this would probably interest me a little bit.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as to do it though.
Would you be weirded out if, like, once I read this question, I'm like, by the way, guys, I've been tracking you for the last 3 years, what you've been wearing every
No, I
day?
wouldn't be weirded out. I'd be interested. I'd be like
Okay.
the person.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as to do it to people because I think that's a little bit strange. But if someone magical person tell me the stats of like life, I would love it.
Yeah, I mean,
The idea of like, you know,
knowing information that you haven't necessarily gone to the effort to do.
yes.
I've said it before, like about when you pass away, it'd be great to be able to find statistics of your life.
Yeah.
Like when you pause a video game, like you got like I don't know,
How many steps?
GTA, and you're just like, how much? Yeah, how many people have I like sort of
Wronged.
I was gonna say shot, but I'm like,
yeah, Tom, how many people have you shot?
it's GTA, right? Like you know, you might be like, how many times have I sneezed? How many times have I done this? How many times have I done that? How many times has
how many hours have I lost on video games?
Exactly, like little things like that. I'd love to be able to find that stat. So if I had a friend that's just like, hey, I've been keeping record of everything, I'd be like, thank you.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is, I guess.
mean, yeah, again, I'd be a little weirded out if the person was a little creepy. Like, doing it is the weird part. It's the stats themselves aren't weird. It's
The stats are cool, but I do think it would make you think of like, well, what else have they been tracking?
yes.
Right.
Like it reminds me of that episode of Community where Abed starts tracking like the girls. He says something about how I would notice that whenever I was making comments to you guys, you would get angry, like more angry than usual. So I started tracking that, and then he kind of realized he's accidentally tracked all their menstrual cycles.
Yeah.
And he's like, but it was paying dividends because I knew when to speak to you about certain things. So I kept doing it. But obviously it's like a really gross thing to do.
And also he's
very
probably someone
personal
that you
too.
would say would be on the spectrum as far as the way he is as a character.
Yeah.
I get why this person didn't tell his friends, because I do think if somebody said to me, Damien, by the way, I'm tracking what you're wearing.
Yeah.
I think that would compromise the data.
Yeah, of course.
I think the person would be like, so Damien, on April 1st, I told you I was tracking what you're wearing. And then from then on, you were just wearing Gucci all the time.
Yeah,
it was Gucci.
You got stylish.
Damien, are you the devil because you were wearing Prada every day?
Yeah.
You know?
There it is. The devil has entered the room.
But also there's the ethical thing, whereas I guess you're supposed to tell people if you're testing them and tracking them for that type of stuff.
For sure. But how much of that is just like public domain? Like if you're entering the world, like and you're wearing whatever, like
That is, yeah, you're right.
for me to know and like for you not to know.
I don't know.
It's not like you said, if it's not a sexual thing. I mean, even if it is, like, it's not really anyone else's business, right?
It's interesting. Like, yeah, all right, let's put it this way. Like, Damien, for example, one Christmas got me a T-shirt.
Yep.
Now, I've worn that T-shirt really, like, a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he's probably noticing every time I'm wearing it. So he is keeping track of not subconscious. Yeah, subconsciously. It's like, oh, he's worn it. He's liked that T-shirt. I've done a good job with my gift choosing.
But I'm also not like
counting,
putting a little notch every time I see you wear that
But
T-shirt.
even today, when I came in, I saw Marcus wearing a jacket. I'm like, I have that jacket, and I know that Marcus has that jacket.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I'm like, that's the jacket I own.
Yeah.
So like that sort of stuff happens.
Yes.
And that's completely okay.
I think in this situation, I mean, they said they originally started tracking it because they wanted to know how often it's okay to repeat an outfit.
Yeah,
which
so-
I think a Google search can answer that question
But
for
also,
you.
how many years of data do you need?
Yes.
Like, you've got 3 years, and I was like, my research is done.
At this point, the research has gone way beyond the initial purpose.
I think he just got like he started to like it. You start seeing everything on a sheet, on a spreadsheet, and it's just like I have to keep going. It's just like when you record your workouts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I've got an Apple Watch, and it tells me like how many steps I've done or like how many days you've sort of reached your goal.
Yeah.
And it becomes one of those things to be like, I want to keep reaching my goal. I want to hit my goals. And that's probably what this guy is doing. He's got that sort of data is sort of the incentive.
Data does do something to the human brain because my gym app does something as well. At the end of the month, it'll send me like, by the way, like your percentage of workouts has increased, so you've worked out more.
Yep.
And then it'll give you a graphic and it'll be like, in weight-wise, you've lifted 10 trucks this month. And I'm like, fuck yeah, I did.
I'm a fucking truck, baby.
Hey, babe, I lifted 10 trucks this month.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like it kind of it does something to your brain.
Yeah, for sure. You're like, I'm a big shot.
Yeah.
So this person's like obviously just getting.
What do you think for you guys, if someone was tracking you for 3 years, what do you think your most worn outfit would be if you had to think quickly?
It's very easy.
Yeah.
Tracksuit pants because I haven't left the house a lot. Like with COVID and all that, tracksuit pants. And
over 3
a
years,
hoodie.
though, you think that would still be
over 3 years?
3
Probably
years.
not.
Yeah, the most consistent thing. I think for me, like a white t-shirt or a black t-shirt would be like one of the things that's a repeat.
Yeah.
If we're talking casual, it'd be like a white t-shirt or a black t-shirt.
Yeah.
If we're talking work, it's like I'm wearing polos all the time.
All the time.
I'm always in a polo.
When I was going to the office a lot more, I would wear a lot more of my company's t-shirts.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now, like I said, last year it's tracksuit pants and shitty t-shirts that I'm like, I don't mind if I'm lounging all day in this t-shirt.
What about you, Damien?
tracksuit pants.
Tracksuit pants?
Great t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just the leisure suit.
Yeah, right now I feel like a lot of people would be in the leisure suit bracket.
Yeah.
If they've worked from home a lot.
Yeah.
Work outfits would probably be.
But if you found that out, it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, cool. That's sort of interesting. Now let's move on. Like,
Yeah.
once you know the data.
I guess the only situation you can do in this, because I think it's still the friend who's creeped out. I think their feelings are still valid,
of course,
because it is something that I would think about it now. Be like, gee, so all those times we're hanging out, were you even present, or were you just looking at everybody's outfits and be like, commit that to memory? They're wearing that.
Did you go to the bathroom and write it down?
Yeah, I do think I'd be a bit more conscious of what I'm wearing around that person.